Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is video number 2, the preview for tomorrow's games. 4 games on the agenda, and it's a return to the group that I think everyone's been waiting to see after what happened in match day 1 in this group. We're going to go through the games, starting off Tunisia versus Australia. We've got Poland versus Saudi Arabia. We've got France versus Denmark, and we've got Argentina versus Mexico. So very interesting day taking place tomorrow. Let's start off with the first game of the day, Tunisia versus Australia. I'm going to tell you guys off the bat, I think Tunisia are going to pick up a comfortable win here. With all due respect to Australia, I don't think Australia have enough to be able to get themselves across the line over 90 minutes consistently for 3 matches. I don't see it. They showed a little bit of promise against the French and then got well and truly punished for doing that. And that was against a French team that I think everyone and their mother can see there's problems and there's holes in that team. There's ways to exploit. Australia just don't have it. The other game between Tunisia and Denmark showed us just how much that they can actually contain well. They can move forward against a tight defense and still create a couple of chances. The only thing letting both of those teams down in the first game was they weren't clinical enough. And that goes for both. Not enough shots taken from distance every time in the box, not really putting it to bed. They take advantage of that. I think against Australia, both Tunisia and Denmark will get results. So hence, for tomorrow, I am going with a Tunisian win against Australia. I'm going with not a battering. I know, obviously, the French won 4-1. 4-1? 4-1. I thought I got the score wrong, unless I did. 4-1. And Tunisia, I reckon, will get something along the lines of 2-0. I'm going 2-0. Tunisia 2, Australia 0. And I think Australia will be eliminated tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Then again, look, you never know. You never know. The amount of shocks we're getting at this tournament is getting ridiculous. I mean, we saw the Saudis, we saw the Japanese, we saw Iran. And yes, they beat Wales, but still, no one expected a thing from Iran. Who knows? Maybe Australia win 3-0 tomorrow. You never know. Anyway, Tunisia, I think 2-0 win. Moving on to the second game of the day, Poland versus Saudi Arabia. Now, normally, I'd come on here and tell you, yeah, Poland, Lewandowski. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Saudi Arabia, I don't know what to say about them. They showed that they can pick up results. It's not going to be easy. The one thing, look, I'm going to tell you one thing. Any small team that causes a big shock in match day 1 by leaving everything on the pitch, normally have a very tough second day. Very tough. Because physically they gave everything. And having to play at that level and give everything again in the second match day, they've gonna have to have a lot of recovery. I hope they did. Because it's not going to be easy. When you're not playing at the highest level and you're competing against some players that are, physically you just might not be able to keep up. So Saudi Arabia, I think they've got the spirit. I think they've got the group. They showed what they can do on the ball. They showed what they can do defensively. Tactically, Hervé Renard is the most praised manager at this tournament so far. I think we can all agree. Absolute clinic he put in against Argentina. And we've all seen the clips now from that beautiful halftime team talk that Renard gave in the Saudi Arabian dressing room before Saudi Arabia went out for the second half and did what they did against Argentina. Absolute beautiful message, and the way he done it. You know what? And obviously, a lot of you know I support Chelsea, right? For those that don't, I support Chelsea. And my content's normally based around Chelsea. I look at Hervé Renard, and I know that he has his flaws in terms of being a club manager. But I see his character, and I see what he's like as a gaffer in that dressing room, and I'm like... And even on the touchline, you see that, and I'm thinking, Graham Potter, look, that is what I want. That is what I want to see from a manager. The way that he managed to pick up that Saudi team at that halftime team talk was beautiful. Sat down in between players, became one of them, head down. Hey, we just gonna do this? Huh? No. And then he got up and he was like, no. Messi, you looking at Messi and you're just looking at him, do whatever he's doing on the ball. Okay, and for the second half, take your phone and go and take a picture of him then. His messaging was beautiful. And then he gets everyone riled up. And shout out to the translator as well in that dressing room. He deserves a raise for doing what he did. I honestly can't tell what the Saudi team are going to do. they're capable. They're capable of getting a result against Poland. They really are, especially seeing how Poland played against Mexico. I don't know how this one's going to go. I'm going to be wise here. I'm not going to get carried away because they had a shock result against Argentina, right? But I'm going with a 1-1. 1-1. I think Poland right now seem to be struggling in front of goal in terms of actually creating much chances. Against Mexico, it was very difficult for them, and vice versa. They had the penalty and they missed. Lewandowski is a shout, but hey, Saudi Arabia contained Messi, so what more do you want? Saudi Arabia, though, I think physically will feel it. And I feel they might get a first goal in the first half, and I reckon they're just going to have to defend and just make sure they don't lose, just to conserve energy. It's not easy, especially for a bunch of lads that play in the Middle East and not across, the top leagues of Europe. And I'm going to say 1-1. That's my wise prediction, but I hope Saudi do it. I really do. I want them to go all the way. Before England, of course. England beat them in the final. Anyway, moving on. France versus Denmark. France versus Denmark is a game where... It's funny, if Denmark beat France, it will be the third time in the space of 1 year that Denmark have beaten France. Tomorrow, I think that is going to happen. This French team done well against Australia, yes. There's, I think, a full sense of excitement. Personally, I think there are problems. I think that there's not a great group dynamic. I think that dressing room in the French squad is a bit split. And I think that it's going to affect them. Didier Deschamps, I don't think is going to do wonders like he done in previous tournaments, like he done when they last won the World Cup. I think Denmark's team are good enough. I think the game against Tunisia will be a wake-up call for them. They need to really up the ante a little bit, impose themselves a bit more, play the way that we know that they can play, and I think they'll get a result. And I think France will look at them and probably have a little bit of PTSD here, especially with a team plagued with injuries. I'm seeing Denmark winning this. I'm going with a France, I want to say 1, but my gut is telling me 0. I'm going to go France 0, Denmark 1. 1-0 win. Let's leave it at that. And finally, Argentina versus Mexico. Now, yes, Argentina lost to the Saudis, right? I'd like to think that this is the game where Argentina bounce back. Surely. Imagine they don't. They could get eliminated tomorrow. And it's absolutely insane. Argentina sitting bottom of the group after that loss against Saudi Arabia. Mexico are only just 1 point ahead of them, and so are Poland. Argentina need to get a result. And I think tomorrow they're going to be a bit ruthless. I don't think Mexico, the one thing that they have is their goalkeeper. Ochoa is an absolute monster at international competition. Who knows what he's going to do tomorrow? Similar continent, obviously Mexico being Central America, not South America, but similar styles. Argentina, I do think, are going to probably be one of those teams where they lost that first game freakishly, but they'll go very far. So I think tomorrow they will step up, and I do think they'll get a win. I'm going to go with a narrow 2-1 win to Argentina tomorrow. Mexico get on the score sheet, but it's not enough. And I do think that front line of Argentina will step their game up tomorrow and make sure that they don't remain offside for about 10 times during a game, please. The Saudis played a beautiful offside trap. I want to say that. And again, going back to Hervé Renard, his tactical genius in that game was on display. But Argentina surely will address that and know that when they create chances and they go forward, they have to watch the line. Watch the line. And if they do, they have players that can punish you. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Argentina. And that's my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know down below how you think it's all going to go down. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you later for England versus USA match review. Have a good one, people. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see you later on. Have a good one, people, in a bit. Take care and peace.